So, before we get started, is there anything more pressing or a concern or something you want to talk through before we get going?
No.
Okay. So today's meeting, the goal is to get our picture of reality and to set a baseline for a goal. So that just means based on the video, what's sort of our baseline for what's happening in the classroom, and then where do we want to go. Would you like me to review the coaching process and like all the way to the end, the whole cycle, or do you want to just jump into identifying?
Just jump in.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, compared to your ideal, how did you feel about the lesson?
Like the lesson or the lesson plus students?
The lesson plus students.
Out of 10 being ideal, a 4.
Oh wow. Okay.
Is that high or low?
You're being hard on yourself, but there's 4 things that had to have gone well to get it up to a 4. So what pleased you about the lesson?
Half of the students were working, so that's good.
Okay, what else?
I thought it was like appropriately scaffolded. It was a
Okay.
2-day thing.
Okay.
And Grace and I had worked really hard on the outline to give them, the tree map.
Okay.
And so I really feel like we nailed it down to what we want.
Right.
And I was able to present that to them.
Tell me a little bit more about the scaffolding. Like, what did you like about the way it's set up?
So we take a day to read and annotate, which
Mhm.
is more than enough time to
Okay.
read through 2 pretty short texts
Mhm.
and then find evidence. And there's like a series of questions to attack the prompt so that they have a clear understanding of like what they're going to be writing and who they're writing it for,
Mhm.
because the prompt's like a paragraph long. And then we take a day to write. Now ideally it would be a block day to write, but it's just never worked out that way.
Mhm.
So it's 50 minutes, but I don't have them write the whole thing. This
Right.
time I had them write the intro, one body, and conclusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else pleased you about the lesson?
That's it. I think I like tried to put in one collaborative piece, like one cooperative learning thing,
Mhm.
because we really have to structure this as what it's going to be like for the EOC.
Mhm. Mhm.
But like I can put in one.
Right.
Like, I can do one time for them to talk.
Right.
And I mean, they were silent, but they were just staring. They were just staring into the abyss.
But what pleased you about the collaboration?
So, the collaboration was, I was both pleased and displeased. So the kids who, I wrote this down somewhere. The kids who did work were really annoyed with the kids who didn't.
Mm.
You could see it in their body language.
Mhm.
And you could see it when Fernanda, who's had right here, had 8
Mhm.
kids around her.
Mhm.
They're just flocking to try to get stuff.
Yeah, so she kind of has like high expectations for her peers
Uh-huh.
and wishes that they had done more.
Or in that conversation that was over there, Jose like calls out Alonzo and it's like, you don't have anything.
Right.
And then he's just like embarrassed for him basically
Mhm.
because they're being recorded.
Right.
So, yeah. So it's cool that the kids who did work were annoyed because that means that they don't want to just give the kids the answers, that they have
Mhm.
the same expectations that I do. But it's like, how do you get those other kids
Right.
who didn't do the work to do the work?
Right.
That's what it is, the lingering thing that I want to fix.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's just talk about what you would want students to be doing to move closer to a 10, and think about lessons like this one that we filmed. Not just this lesson, but all lessons like this one. Ideally, what would you like students to be doing if we could use this as sort of a baseline?
I would like them to get started working before there's 1 minute left of the allotted time. So like Lizbeth at minute 11:37 was like killing it. She jumped in and she was like writing. She was writing.
Mhm.
But at 12:20, it was at the end of the 10 minutes for not outlining but annotating.
Mhm.
And finally Jose's writing some stuff down.
Mhm.
Like it was the end of the time, and that must be frustrating for him because he's like, oh, she's not giving me enough time.
Mhm.
Like, I don't have enough time to do this. But it's like, that was at minute 12:20.
Mhm.
It means there were 12 minutes where there was maybe processing going on, because you can't see that in their brain, right?
Right.
But there was definitely nothing produced on paper. The problems.